Beer News. Hello friends that like beer. In the beer news for the edition 106 of the program Sobre Cerveja com Professor Cesar Peixoto, we highlight Brazilian federal government Ministry of Tourism releases $1 billion credit for bars and restaurants. It's a loan for bars, restaurants, and tourism companies such as agencies and guides. Credit lines will have a 12-month grace period and an interest rate below 0.9% per month. Micro and small entrepreneurs can take up to $200,000. Medium-sized companies will have access to $600,000 each, and the large companies will have access to $6 million. The measure comes at a good time, mainly because micro and small businessmen have reduced the credit options in large banks, says Paulo Somucci, president of Abracel. Caixa Econômica and 70 other financial institutions, including regional banks, will operate the loans. A-B action in support of icons of the Carioca economy. Recently, news was released that the Carioca iconic brand of cookies, Biscoito Globo, would have to temporarily stop its production due to the lack of demand in the pandemic. The brewery A-B, a subsidiary of A-B InBev in Brazil, through its Antarctica label, will buy 50,000 units of the iconic Biscoito Globo. Antarctica will sell a combo through the Zé Delivery partner with 3 cookies and 6 beers. Profit from the sale of cookies plus 20 cents per bottle sold will be donated to street vendors on Rio's beaches. Congratulations to those involved. Reopening in Canada. In Canada, in the British Columbia district, restaurants, pubs, tap rooms, and brew pubs started reopening on May 19. The action is part of the second phase of the post-lockdown economic recovery project. Among the restrictions that persist, the capacity is restricted to 50%. The distance between tables must be 2 meters, and we cannot have more than 6 people per table. Tax reduction for breweries in the Federal District, Brazil. At the request of Abracel and with studies by the Economy Department, a decree was published reducing the tax burden for microbreweries in the Federal District in Brazil. The presumed 13% ICMS tax credit for operations under the presumed profit or actual profit regime becomes deemed credit under the amount of tax substitution in the amount of 10% of the calculation base. The achievement of tax benefits by micro-industries such as craft breweries depends a lot on the work of industry associations such as Abracel, which managed to make the government understand how the micro-industry strengthens the local economy, generating jobs and income. In Brazil, in the beer production, tax substitution can reach 48% of price formation. The tax reduction developed in the Federal District of Brazil brings this limit to 28%, depend on the sale value of the product. With the Federal District tax differential, the region is again competitive in relation to neighboring states. A Brazilian reality is production in one state with distribution in another, because the tax advantage at the place of production manages to cover the logistics costs of distribution. An irrationality of Brazilian municipal and state leaders. A-B InBev first quarter results affected by COVID-19. The impact of COVID-19 increased significantly toward the end of the quarter. In first quarter of 2020, A-B InBev total volume declined by 9.3%. Revenue declined by 5.8%. EBITDA declined 13.7%. Revenues of the three global brands of the group, Budweiser, Stella Artois, and Corona, declined by 11%. A-B InBev was hardly hit by COVID-19, but its global presence suggests a better second quarter because of the countries that are getting out of the lockdown. Campaign for Rio Ale and British Beer Pub Association to work with Ministry on pub reopenings. A ministerial task force is to be set up by the Department for Business in England to plan for reopening pubs and restaurants safely, the government has said. CANRA said pubs will require ongoing financial support both during lockdown and after restrictions lift, and we look forward to working with the task force to ensure clarity and support is outlined in every step of the process. BBPA said, we will be sharing all our intelligence and expertise on the beer and pub sector. We will also provide pubs for pilot testing of new COVID-19 secure guidelines. The fundamental question for the reopening plan is if it will be able to care of the people and to save the beer industry. Breweries are in danger because of the lockdown of the bars and the low demand for beer in the reopening period. Brazilian Bodebrown Brewery launches Augustus Grapes Stout. Bodebrown Brewery from Curitiba, Brazil, launches Augustus Grapes Stout, combining influences from the wines of Mendoza, Argentina, and the iconic Irish beer style. Based on a dry stout recipe, the must was combined with three strains of wine grapes, Tannat, Cabernet Franc, and Petit Verdot, fermented with the brewer's yeast Kveik. With 6.1% of alcohol, Augustus delivers fruity aromas, especially red fruits, and notes of toast on the nose, and mild bitterness and acidity in the palate. Each video of Programa Sobre Cerveja com o professor Cesar Peixoto is open for sponsorship. If you want to sponsor, you can contact WhatsApp 5511988834944. Our tasting Essa Está Gelada in Portuguese. On Thursdays, it will be live on Instagram at Cesar Peixoto F1, always at 20 o'clock Brazilian hour. Later, the video goes to our YouTube channel. The full videos can be seen on our YouTube channel, Sobre Cerveja com Prof. Cesar Peixoto. Subscribe to the channel, like the videos, share with friends, and invite them to subscribe to the channel too. The other social networks where we publish the video calls are Instagram, at Cesar Peixoto F1, Twitter, at Cesar Peixoto F1, Facebook, cesarpeixoto.info.beer. For contact, we have the email Sobre Cerveja at gmail.com and the WhatsApp 5521-9883-4944. The structure of the program includes one video in English every Monday, the beer news. The other videos from Monday to Friday are in Portuguese. This was the beer news for the edition 106 of the program Sobre Cerveja com o professor Cesar Peixoto.
Sobre cerveja, informação, entretenimento e os prazeres do mundo cervejeiro. A apresentação, professor Cesar Peixoto.